learners, welcome to the session. This is the last session on prompt engineering. It is your third session. So, in today's session, we will learn about controlling model output through strategic prompts. So, for this, your learning objectives will be try to learn how to craft strategic prompts to control your model output. We try to understand how to utilize the model control parameters effectively. We will be also taking into consideration the importance of iterative refinement in optimizing your prompt design. So let's start. So we are on to the how we can control the model output through strategic prompt. So we know that large language models like LLMs is what? The ChatGPT, Gemini, all these are your language models only. These are powerful tools, but their output can be unpredictable. If we have strategic prompts coupled with these models to control the parameters, they can offer a way to guide these models towards your desired output. Now, here is the breakdown how to achieve this. So, first thing can be you're crafting an effective prompt. So, when you're crafting an effective prompt, I just want to tell you what is this crafting the effective prompt means. So, crafting effective prompt is key to getting the desired output from your language model. It's not just about what you are asking, it's about how you ask it. Next, you have utilizing model control parameters. So, model control parameters actually allow you to further fine tune the output. These parameters can influence things like randomness or creativity in your model responses. The third one is the iterative refinement. Iterative refinement is the key to optimize the prompt design continuously, evaluating the output and adjust the prompt as required, as your need. It's a process of trial and error, but the results are worth it. So we'll look at about these three terms one by one. So first I start with crafting effective prompt. It is just similar to what you have understood in your first session lectures where you have taken up the principles of effective prompt. So it is like same things only. So for crafting effective prompt, you must have clarity. Clarity is paramount here. You have to use precise language and clearly state the task instead of saying write about the moon. So you can say write a short descriptive paragraph about the moon's surface. So you are very clear about that what you want as an output from your AI model. That is under crafting effective prompt. Under the same set, we also have context. Context is also important because it provides relevant background information and to guide your model understanding. Instead of saying, analyze this, you can try out this thing. Analyze this article about the social impact of social media on teenagers. Next, you have constraint of effective. Under this constraint of crafting effective prompts, we have to specify the desired output length format, like for example, list, poem, code. You need to specify the style, whether it in formal style or informal style. So instead of trying this out, like tell me about the history, try this out. Create a timeline of the 5 most important event in the history of the internet. The next one is examples. So we can say examples can be very helpful. It includes examples of desired output to illustrate your expectations. So instead of saying write a product description, try write a product description for new smartphone. So you have also stated the style that how you want your example to be. So you're providing an example along with your instruction or prompt. So this was about how you craft an effective prompt. The next part is that utilizing model control parameters. So there are few model control parameters which you can try out. One is the temperature. So what happens in the temperature? Let's say this parameter actually control the creativity or randomness of your model's output. So if I say I'm controlling this temperature parameter, which you can control when you're using the AI models. Now, let's say if I have the higher temperature value, which is zero point 0.8 to 0.1, so you can take in as an example, you will be provided with more diverse and creative, but potentially less relevant or coherent. Let's suppose if you want to generate something brainstorming ideas, so you can always go with the higher temperature value. But let's suppose you want a more focused or deterministic conversation, that these are good for the task, like these lower temperature values are good for the tasks which require higher accuracies and more correctness in your outcome. So higher temperature is for more creativity and randomness, and lower temperature is for more focused, deterministic and conservative task. So this is one of the model parameter which you can have a control the creativity or the randomness in your model's output. The next model controlling parameter is top case sampling. So this parameter actually limits the model choices to the most likely words to each step. Let's try to understand it with the set of examples. Let's say if I give higher K values as 40 to 100, so more diverse output can be as the model consider wide range of options to it. Let's suppose what should become next because it works on the probabilities. So when you increase the range of this sampling, it will include more number of options to it. Then you have lower K values, that is example between 10 to 20. So they are giving more focus and predictable output as the model select from a smaller pool of word only. So this is useful when you want a very concise and specific language kind of answers. So this is all about top case sampling as your model control parameters. Then you have top P nucleus sampling. So this parameter dynamically selects the smallest set of words whose cumulative probability exceeds the probability P. Okay, so what is this? Let's try to understand with its values. So if I give higher P values, example in the range of 0.8 to 0.95, you will have more diverse output similar to your higher temperature. Okay, the next one is lower P. Lower P value, let's say example between 0.3 to 0.6, these are more focused output. It is similar to your lower temperature, but it offers the balance between your diversity and focus. So this is about the one of the controlling parameters, which is top P nucleus sampling. Then you can also have a controlling parameter, let's say repetition penalty. So you have seen even if you are regenerating your output, you are getting a same thing as a response again and again. So this parameter discourages the model from repeating the same word or the phrases, which will actually improve the overall coherences and flow of your text. So you will not get same flow of text again and again, but there is more variety. So more variety of words or the phrases which your model is using to answer your question. So what happens in penalty? If you provide higher penalty, less repetitions will be there. It will promote more varied languages. For lower penalty, more tolerance for repetition, potentially useful in specific contexts like you want to create a poetry or song lyrics. So in those cases, you could go with lower penalties. After that, the last one is the iterative refinement. So iterative refinement is just like a process of trial and error. So you look at the result, you analyze the result, you again attempt it to improve it. Okay. So it has two things. One is you need to experiment and adjust, and the other thing is you need to analyze the result. So don't expect the perfect result on the first try from your model. Experiment with different prompts and parameter combination to fine tune your output. The other one is you are carefully reviewing the model responses, identifying the area of improvement and adjust your prompt or parameters accordingly. So that is just a trial and error. When you look at the output, your model has generated for you with your prompt, you need to adjust those prompt and refine it or fine tune it to get your desired output. So that is about the third part, which was iterative refinement. So as a summary of it, we can summarize this session into that what you have learned today is crafting the effective prompt. We have focused on clarity, strategic phrasing to achieve the desired output. Then we have looked into what are the model parameters which you could change or adjust so that you get a better guided model performances. And at last, we have seen about iterative refinement that continuously improve prompt based on output quality and task specific requirements. So this was all about your today's session. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Happy learning.